Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the episode. Just a couple quick announcements. First, I've got my last coaching session with Mark Warner over at exceptionalpoker.com this week. It's been really awesome, and honestly, I'm a little bummed that our regular sessions are ending. But Mark has helped me spot a bunch of leaks and fundamentals that are going to keep me occupied for quite a while. So even though I'm sad our regular sessions are over, I'm looking forward to getting down to work and implementing and practicing all the cool stuff that Mark's taught me. So make sure you head over to exceptionalpoker.com and check out the newest article Mark's got. This one's on paying attention between hands at the poker table. This is something that really hit home with me. I bring a whole backpack full of distractions with me to the poker room. I bring an iPhone, my iPad, I bring books. So paying attention to the table with all this stuff is pretty difficult, especially if you've just been folding hand after hand for what can seem like hours. Paying attention, staying focused, those things can be pretty challenging. So go check out that article and all the other really cool stuff that Mark has to offer over at exceptionalpoker.com. You'll find a link in the description below. So let's get to the episode. Lots of cool stuff to show you in this one, including back-to-back poker sessions. Am I able to break the downswing I've been on? You'll have to watch and find out. But before we get to the poker, Patti and I visit one of the most bizarre and just completely awesome places we've ever been to in Virginia. I don't want to say much now. I kind of want the place to speak for itself, but I think you guys are really going to dig it. All right, so let's get to it. I hope you enjoy the episode. What's up guys, Patti and I have come to this place called Dinosaur Kingdom 2. It's this awesome kind of art installation by this guy named Mark Klein. We've been to one of his things before. We went to this thing called Foamhenge, which was a recreation of Stonehenge made out of styrofoam, which was pretty awesome. It's closed now, but this place opened up last year and it's gonna be really weird. It's dinosaurs fighting Civil War soldiers. So the Union Army fighting dinosaurs. I'm hoping it's explained more inside, but let's go check it out. All right, here's what we've gathered so far. There's some kind of professor who's conducting an experiment and it goes really wrong. We're gonna find out what happens. It's pretty exciting. So apparently we've traveled back in time, or dinosaurs have traveled forward in time. I'm not sure what's going on, but the end result is that Civil War soldiers, the Union specifically, are now fighting dinosaurs. And it's pretty weird, but kind of awesome. Patti made a good point too. Most of these dinosaurs are herbivores, so they really wouldn't be that much of a threat. So right here is Abraham Lincoln using a velociraptor to send, using a pterodactyl to send something called the Gettysburg Chat, which was the much more casual version of the Gettysburg Address that we're not as familiar with. All right, one of the best so far, this kid milking a stegosaurus. Bizarre. Oh, there's just a pretty little church right here. Let's go inside. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. The church vibrated in a terrifying way. Kind of. Now, why would this guy go and steal this dinosaur egg? I like dinosaur omelets just as much as the next guy, but seems like he's just asking for trouble. That was pretty much the most awesome thing I've ever seen with my eyeballs. That was incredible. This will be the new kind of weird, fun place I bring all my friends from out of town, I think. But yeah, just awesome. Mark Klein, you rule, man. Way to go. Hey, good morning everybody. Heading out the door to Hollywood Casino to put it in a 1-2 session. You may have noticed the last couple of vlogs, I'm playing at Hollywood more. That's because the Hollywood's gonna be kind of my home-based casino. When I'm going out for just day trips, I'm gonna try and play there. I'm just real comfortable there. I kind of like the games. And then I'm gonna start doing throughout August these kind of overnight trips where, you know, maybe I'll go out Thursday afternoon and stay till Friday afternoon. And in those ones I'll play at like Maryland Live, Horseshoe, of course MGM. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. Gonna try that for a little while and see if it kind of takes the edge off all the driving. So yeah, gonna give it a try. But first, gotta say goodbye to the dog. Bye, Miso, I love you. I do love her, I'm not ashamed. I am hoping that this kind of downswing I'm on breaks soon. It's pretty frustrating how it's kind of coincided with starting all this coaching. I hate for Mark to think that I'm, you know, reflecting badly on him because he's doing such a great job with the coaching. I really do feel like I've become a much better player in a very short amount of time. But I mean, I think it's just variance, and hopefully it'll break soon and I'll kind of come out stronger for it. We'll see, I guess. All right, we made it to Charlestown. I stopped by my mechanics on the way here and just found out that I need new tires, so there goes like 3 buy-ins. All right, I gotta get my mind in the game though. Bravo said there's like 9-10 games going, so it's busy, good. Maybe we'll find a good table, get some action. All right, gonna go put my name on the list. See you in there. Taking my first break here. Things are going okay. Been a little bit of a roller coaster. I'm playing more aggressively than I ever had before, and so the variance has increased a little bit, so that's a little something to get used to. But yeah, I think I'm up 30 or 40 bucks right now, so no big deal. But I wanted to take a second and give a big shout out to a guy named Matt. He came up to me, he's playing 2-5, described himself as an early subscriber, so that's always good to hear, and a fellow red chipper. So shout out to Red Chip too. Great meeting you today, Matt. Hope you're crushing the 2-5. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. It's good to meet you. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna get back in there. Talk to you in a few. I'm trying something out today. I'm actually keeping track of every single hand I play. I don't know if you guys have done this before, but it's a lot harder than it sounds. It seems like every time you play a hand and start to write it down, the very next hand you get a playable one, so it's pretty difficult. Also, it can be hard remembering the exact action and all the cards. Jonathan Little wrote an article once on keeping notes at the table, and so I'm kind of using his system, but man, it's still really hard. I think it's gonna be useful though. It's easy to keep track of your online play, but live, you can sometimes be pretty biased and only remember what you did well or remember what you did bad and forget about all the rest. So keep track and you go over it later. It's kind of homework. See how it goes. All right, take another break here. The forecast is calling for a big storm and it's pretty dark out here. It looks like it might be coming. It was raining earlier. If I was smart, I would just go ahead and head home right now. But I'm not smart. I'm a dumb poker player who's in a good game, so I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna gamble it up and try and hope that it's just not raining too hard on the way home. So, oh well. Up about, I don't know, 150 or so right now, so still going good. Gonna get in there and keep grinding. All right, let's head back to the house. I think I've got some really interesting hands to show you guys. See you there. Okay, well, I've actually got 5 hands to go over in this hand analysis segment. A couple of them are really short though, so I figured I'd throw in a couple extra ones. But let's get to the first hand. In this one, I'm in middle position with 9-10 of clubs and a stack of about 200 bucks. Under the gun limps, I raised to 12 and only the hijack call, so heads up. 29 bucks in the pot, and the flop comes 4 of clubs, 8 of spades, 7 of diamonds. And of course, this gives me an open-ended straight draw. I c-bet 18 bucks and the villain calls. The turn is the 3 of diamonds. I decide to check and the villain bets out this time $20. I'm getting just a little over 4 to 1 here, which is more than enough odds, so I go ahead and call. 105 in the pot, and the river is the 9 of hearts. I miss my straight, but I pick up a little bit of showdown value with top pair weak kicker. I check, and the villain checks behind, which gives me a little hope, but he flips over pocket jacks and takes the pot down. I feel pretty good about my play here. I think I lost close to the minimum. I definitely think the villain lost a lot of value in this hand and should have played it much more aggressively, but of course, I'm glad he didn't. Save me a little money here. All right, let's do the next hand. So let's do this second hand. A lot of you guys know I've been working a lot on my bet sizing, especially increasing it. And this is a quick one that I just wanted to kind of get you guys' opinion on my bet sizing here. I'm on the button with 7-8 of diamonds and still have a stack of about 200 bucks. There's an early position limp. The hijack makes it 10. I call on the button. The early position player, he folds and we go heads up. So 25 bucks in the pot and the flop comes 6, 7, 8 with 2 clubs. Board doesn't get much wetter than that. The villain, he c-bets 12 and I immediately raise to 40. The villain thinks for a beat, then mucks his hand saying that he's thrown away pocket aces. Who knows if that's actually true? It's actually pretty unusual, I found, for a 1-2 player to throw away pocket aces on the flop. Even on a super wet board like this, that's a pretty difficult laydown for most 1-2 players. But that's an argument for another day. What I really want to talk to you guys about is my bet sizing here. Is it too big? My thinking here is that I want to bet for value and make sure I charge any draws, which on this wet board, there's going to be a lot of. But is my sizing here so large that I'm making sure that no worse hand will call? Would only hands like made straights or maybe a hand that has both like a straight and flush draw call here? Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I bet more? Should I bet less? Or do you like this bet here? I'll be interested to find out what you think. All right, here's another short one. I'm just kind of curious to hear how you guys might react in a similar situation. I'm in middle position with a stack now of about $350 and I pick up pocket sevens. Under the gun limps, I raise to $10 and a middle position player, he goes all in for 85. Under the gun folds and the action's back on me. Normally, this would be a pretty easy fold for me. But the villain has been playing super loose and just really gambling it up. And most importantly, he's been shoving all in over and over with really mediocre hands. In fact, when he's had a premium hand, he hasn't been raising all in. He's just been making kind of a normal bet size and hoping to get a little action on his good hands. So I was fairly positive that at worst we were in a coin flip and that it was even possible that he was shoving with a pocket pair smaller than mine. So what do you guys do here? At most, I'm only a slight favorite. Is it too much of a gamble to call? Is this just too small of an edge to push? When you've got a live one like this, do you guys like to wait around for better opportunities when you've got a big edge? Or do you just dive in and gamble it up? Can't wait to hear what you say. Let me know in the comments. But to give you results, I did end up calling, and sure enough, he flipped over Queen 10 offsuit. Unfortunately, a 10 was in the window card, came right out on the flop, and he doubles up. All right, we lose that one, but on to the next hand. All right, hand number 4 here. This time I'm on the button with Queen 8 off and a stack of around 170 bucks. The 2 middle position players limp, I limp, and the small and big blind come along as well. A whole 10 bucks in the pot, and the flop comes 9-5 deuce rainbow. It's check to me, and I'm on the button with position, so I decide to go ahead and take a stab at the pot. For some reason, I make an overbet though. I think I just grabbed the wrong amount of chips, and I bet $15 into 10. Only the small blind calls, and we go heads up. The turn is the 4 hearts, and we both check. Still 40 bucks in the pot, and the river comes another 4. And once again, the villain checks. Mark and I have been working really hard on amping up my aggression, especially in spots here where the villain is clearly weak, and this kind of double check on the turn in the river is a clear mark of weakness here. So I go ahead and take another stab at the pot, and I bet 25 into 40. The villain tanks for a bit, and then mucks his hand. So our bluff gets through, and we take this one down. All right, let's do one more hand. In this last hand, I'm in the big blind with King 10 offsuit and a stack of around $350. There are a whole bunch of limps in front of me, 6 limpers, and I go ahead and check my option. So 7 of us to the flop, and it comes King, Queen, Deuce, Rainbow. With top pair weak kicker, I make about a pot size bet, betting out $13. I think a lot of worse hands will call here. Jack 10 would probably call. I definitely think there's a lot of smaller pairs that would jump in. And everybody folds except middle position 1, he calls. Middle position 1 is a 60-year-old guy who has been super sticky. He's been calling down with everything, like second, third pair on the board, and even pairs that are smaller than the board. 40 bucks in the pot, and the turn comes 9 of spades. I've got a blocker to the straight, so thinking about it, I think Jack 10 is slightly less likely, and I think the villain might continue here with hands like Ace Jack, Queen Jack, any King. So I go ahead and decide to put in another value bet and make it 30 to go. The villain flat calls. 100 bucks in the pot, and the river comes a blank. It's the 2 of hearts. I think a check is entirely reasonable here, but like I said, this villain has been super sticky, calling with all kinds of crap. So I decide to go ahead and go for some pretty thin value and bet 60 into 100. He tanks for a bit and lets it go. So woohoo. We take this one down, but I think I would rather have had him call because he clearly had a worse hand here. All right, that's it for hand analysis. Let's head back to the casino. I'll see you guys there. All right, I just finished up the session. It's not raining yet, so if you're seeing this, I'm okay. If you don't see this, then I guess I got washed away in a big flood, so that's kind of a bummer. But more importantly, I broke my losing streak. I'm feeling really good about it. But really what I'm excited about is I feel like I played really, really well today. I definitely played my A game, but I feel like my A game is much better than my A game's ever been, if that makes sense. But I'm feeling really good about it. I was playing much more aggressively than I normally play. My bet sizing, I increased that, and it seemed to kind of pay off a little bit. And I wasn't making any kind of silly call downs. And I don't know, I just felt really good about the way I played today. This coaching with Mark is definitely paying off. I see that you know, I'm making little thinner value bets, but I feel much more comfortable with them because I'm putting people in ranges and stuff, and yeah, it's just going really well. So feeling really good about that. So the win, not a big one, just plus 159. But like I said, just excited to break that losing streak. So that's it. See you next time. It's Monday afternoon and just drove out to Hollywood Casino, as you can see behind me, to put in a 1-2 session. Feeling pretty good. I came off a good session Friday and hoping to just keep playing well. I mentioned this last time, I really played my A game last session. Really just kind of want to keep building on that. I've got some goals I'm going to try and work on. My hand reading still needs, I need to just focus on hand reading more. My hand reading skills are pretty decent. It's just I don't do it necessarily every single hand. I seem to go on autopilot a lot and just kind of make standard plays. So I really need to focus, be kind of disciplined enough to focus and really put in some good thought on why I'm doing things. Why, you know, am I value betting? Am I bluffing? What do they have? What's their range? You know, all that kind of normal stuff. So gonna really try and focus on that, try and be disciplined today. But yeah, it should be a good session. Looking forward to it. I'll see you guys in there. All right, on my first break here, going pretty well. I'm up a little, maybe 120 or so, I guess. Mostly because I just sucked out on somebody on the river. I don't feel like I played the hand very well. I was talking to a friend of mine in there, and he didn't think I played it quite as badly as I thought I did. It'll be interesting to check it out on Flopzilla and see if it was as bad as I thought. But anyways, yeah, up about 120 or so right now. So, yep, gonna get in there, keep grinding it out. See you in a bit. All right, so that's the end of my session. Not a real exciting day, to be honest. I've been card dead for the last hour and a half. In fact, in the last hour and a half, I've literally played 2 hands. One of them was pocket 7s, and I folded that on the flop when it came ace, king, queen on the flop. So it's one of those days you dread as a vlogger because just nothing exciting to talk about. Not even anything boring to talk about, just nothing. All right, well, I'm gonna end it here. I did book a win today, plus 89. After the losing streak, you know, I feel pretty good about booking 2 wins in a row, even if they're small. Wish I had more exciting stuff to tell you guys about, hopefully in the next video. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the comments. See you later.